Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. This is your life coach Nida, enjoying a morning in my backyard, and I am ready to talk about Mr. Right today because on Pondering Thoughts, that's what I do. When I have a thought, I share with you, and I want to make you think with me. So that's the goal today. Hang on tight. I'm a life coach for women and men all together. I feel that we're underestimating the emotions of men and how they can evolve. Just because they're not as expressive, we kind of underestimate their whole emotional ordeal. Believe it or not, I kind of feel sad for them. I feel that these men, most of them, are trapped where they haven't explored their whole emotion. The society doesn't allow them to bring it out in a way that is healthy. Most men are expressing anger most of the time. They're told not to cry as they're growing up. When they're in fights, that's what the boys do, they are told. And their wild behavior is justified, whereas women are taught to be poised and kind and be presentable, whereas men are wild and screaming and doing all that kind of, aggression is okay and acceptable when it comes to men. And that's how they are raised. Somebody somewhere decided that aggression is powerful and suppression is when you are just submissive. And that's what women were trained to do. That's how it all started for whatever reason. Whoever decided. Because if I can go back as far as Adam and Eve, Adam was created first, but he was missing something. He was lonely. He was needing a partner, and God realized that, and there comes Eve from the rib of a man. Now, there are different understandings of this story of Adam and Eve, and I belong to a Muslim faith, so we call them Baba Adam and Amma Hawa. But I'll tell you my understanding of it. When I'm thinking of men and women, and I am realizing a man was created first and a woman was created from his rib. And what is the function of a rib? The function of the rib is to protect lungs and the heart. And guess what happens? Either of those organs suffer, the body suffers. The life suffers. So in my mind, I'm thinking a woman was created as a shelter, as a protection for the men, to keep them safe, to keep them secure. And men in return were told that this is your partner. I remember hearing the story of Adam and Eve. Adam was most delighted to have Eve. They did everything together in the garden. God said, all of this heaven is for you. Just don't eat fruit of this tree. And guess what happened? We have Satan come along, Shaitan, and he whispers to them the power, the greatness of the same forbidden tree. And they pick from it and they eat it. And guess what happened? All of us here are on this planet discussing why men are bad and women are good, or vice versa, or women are bad and men are good. We kind of have to find that equilibrium that God created, that men and women are created for each other, to protect and secure, to live, to create life. It's no joke that all of us are here. It's no joke that we are reproducing in a way that humanity is so much on the planet. We're trying to find life on Mars. It isn't a joke. And when it comes to a man's emotions, it isn't a joke. I know. There are more men that are cheaters. But guess who they're cheating with? Women. That was pointed out by my psychologist friend when we were talking about cheaters. There's a whole definition that goes and the whole history that goes in that behind that behavior, but the cheaters are equal. Insecurities, maybe. Past traumas, perhaps. Somehow, some way, our mistakes, or those who have made mistakes with us, the life is not heaven, right? Adam and Eve were put on this planet as punishment, and here we are, right? And instead of finding each other, men and women, in a way that is balanced, that is healthy, that is where we become partners in a way that we can run this world the way it is intended. That's the whole purpose. These two beings are here, right? I believe the healthiest relationships are where both partners work together and pick and choose their strengths, so that where one lacks, the other comes in and fills in the gap. That for me is a great relationship. Shining light on men. So I want to really talk about the greatness of this creature, okay? Let's start with, and because we are talking about my thoughts, as I share my thoughts, I want you to think about male present in your life. My dad has been my biggest cheerleader. I couldn't have asked for more. The way I am here today talking to you as your life coach and making these videos and actually achieving something in my life is because this man believed in me more than I believed in myself. I was in Chicago. My dad and I were going for a walk. It was a night walk. And the sky was full of stars, and my dad took me out. We're walking and he stops and he looks up at the sky, and I follow him, and I'm looking up at the sky thinking, what is he looking at? And I witnessed a lot of stars, right? And he says, one day I want to see stars write your name on the sky, Nida Jawed. And that was an awakening in me, that, oh my goodness, he believes in me so much that he believes stars can write my name on the sky. I don't know if that will ever happen, but believe me, every time I say or write my name since, it became important to me, because he believes that stars can write my name on the sky. But the point is, he believes. Up till this day, he encourages me. Whenever I need him, he's available. He's with me. Men are great supporters. Men are great believers in your ability. Then we come to my husband. He's been good. He's been great. Like I said, I have spent a great portion of my married life being at home, raising my children. Every time I started something and life's challenges came around, I had to give up. And you know what? No regrets, because I had someone taking care of me who never once said, why do I have to shelter you, clothe you, feed you, pay for your children? Never once did he say that. I know we think because we are stay-at-home moms, and we don't do much, it's the men that's making us do it, and so on and so forth. But believe it, that somewhere inside of us, it is us making that choice. Everything that we do, even to listen to someone who is aggressively telling us something, or what comes as a forced, somebody is forcing you to take a decision, the fact that you give into that force is a choice. You could have very well stuck to your ground and not gave in. And yes, the circumstances could have been different at that point. But the fact you held in, you gave in, you compromised, says that you valued the person, the relationship, over your ego. You valued the person in relationship over a worldly possession. And that's how I see it. And now, going back to men. My son And as I talk about the men in my life, I want you to think about the men in your life. My son is a teenager. He's 16. And I will tell you, we have the best of conversations. I will tell you that you have to understand a mother's role in raising a man. A mother is raising a daughter and a man together. Fathers can leave. That's how the situations are created, right? A broken man got a woman pregnant and then he left. Things happen, or, a broken woman drove a good man away. Situations happen. However, when it comes to being a mother, it's rare that I have witnessed a father snatching a child away from a woman, even when he gives up on the marriage or a marriage is not working. Majority of the women hang on to their kids. So, as a mother, when raising a child, it matters a lot what you teach them and how you are involved in their lives. I feel the leaders who are great and equipped, when you see their history, they're coming from a home of unity, where mother and father made it work one way or the other, and the mother was consistently present. Pick up any leader and you will see majority of them had a good woman behind them, a great mother. Majority of the men who are good with their families have had a mother in their life, even if there was no father. Yes, men have an aggression. They can be really bad. Mother-in-laws can guide them in a way that can be disruptive for a wife. But the fact he does not say, "Oof, I have to raise a wife and a family," that says something. That says that he's seen values that matter when it comes to family, but he may have missed on emotional connections. So there is a difference. When blaming someone, we have to kind of dissect where the problem is coming from, not just blame the whole unit for it or the person. A good father, a good husband, that character cannot be influenced, at least in my opinion, by a person's insecurities or the brokenness. Each one of us is carrying that, men and women. Yes, a broken person can break a person, and the one who has not witnessed a lot of love or learned how to identify emotions or knows how the things can be done in a different way, because they have learned that yes, they were also yelled at to get things done, and that's exactly what they're doing to you. So to understand a person, we have to kind of realize where they're coming from, instead of just blaming, yes, all men are bad or all women are bad, or label each other that way. So a good man is possible. One person who feels they can change themselves for a better for their partner, most definitely can. He or she can. I believe it. I feel that the parts of my relationship that improved over time took my effort, in a sense that I had to identify what I was reacting to. Was it even worth it? Was I picking my own battles wisely? Was everything really needing a reaction? Was he aware of how his actions are making me feel? When I realized, and I got to a point where I felt it's me who is not communicating with him, it's me who is not making him aware, it is me who's having a reaction to things I can just simply forgo because this is part of the society, not me. And when I realized where his influences are coming from, then that meant I have to realize this man is just learning from a place. He's not really like this. So I had to see how I can work in a way that the places of his influence become positive. And all it took was me to change my mindset to make sure that I enter a good phase of my life. And as I started to grow and prosper in my confidence and change as a person, Folks, this is why I say self-discovery is so important, because as I changed as a person and discovered myself, everyone around me became positive too, because people witnessed a change in me and how I reacted to them and how I started treating them, that their behavior changed. I put effort in my relationship knowing where I lacked, and that changed my relationship with those around me. Just like any one of you are not responsible for a disruptive man and his mindset and what he thinks about you, or a woman, how she is judging you as a man. Each one of us, men or women, I say each human, each individual is responsible for our own characters. And what is forming the judgment and the difference is that we are way too accustomed to the society that has learned to live in a certain way. I'm glad the changes are coming, but I wonder about at what expense. Do men really need to feel like they are unworthy and the worst creatures on the planet for a woman to prosper? I don't believe so. I don't believe that's right. For Mr. Right, we have to be Miss Right, right? So I said right so many times. So it matters. It matters. In my religion, in Islam, they say good women are for good men and good men are for good women. And sometimes good things come after you learn from your mistakes. So don't give up on yourself. Sometimes you have a good thing. But if a mistake is there and you are not working on yourself and trying to put effort into relationship, believe me, if you are choosing someone and claiming to have fallen in love, then when we are talking about intimate relationships, but in any relationship, if you are claiming to have loved someone or claiming to love someone, then you have to put in the effort. You have to see if the relationship is damaging, then where is it that you can heal it from? And if maybe sometimes it isn't the relationship, it is the person. So you have to realize where exactly are you needing to heal from, so that the next person or the person right next to you can have all of you. It goes for men and women both. Heal before you encounter the next person coming in your life. Look and work on yourself so that if you happen to encounter someone who is damaged and who needs healing, you can help them rather than judge them, leave them. I will not undermine that there are toxic people in the world, but more than the worst, there are really good people in the world. You are good. You are amazing. You have listened through this whole video. You have subscribed and you've been hanging out with me. You are learning through the little sessions that I am putting in. That means that you are valuing your life. You want to know how to work different aspects of your life that I'll be sharing about as we progress in our Pondering Thoughts with Nida Jawed journey. So the fact that you have subscribed, the fact that you're listening about it, the fact that you want to know men are not bad, and that both men and women can work in a unit that is not based on any sexual attraction or anything, but work as a partnership to make, and as a leadership, to make this world grow and go round for as long as it can sustain. I wouldn't want the world to die and day of judgment poof, on us immediately. I feel each one of us should have a little bit more time to evolve, to grow, and to add value to each other's life. That's what I'm aiming to do with these videos. Whether a man or a woman, you are welcome to get in touch with me, because each one of you are on this planet for a very good reason. Try to find the balance in your life with the men and women that are present, you know, in your surroundings, in your life, who you encounter. We have to really stop blaming men. Remember, ladies, you are the ribs. If you meet a man that's hurt, that's sad, that's aggressive, that's angry, but is serving you right, try to heal this person. Try to see where is it that you can help him, rather than show the world he's a piece of, because he maybe not. There are good things that can heal. Even when you are having a baby, it takes 9 months for the baby to grow, and a lifetime of your investment of energy, money, and sources to turn this kid into a big adult. Nothing is instant. Your regular relationships, you are growing with one male, that is your brother. You are born because of one male, that is your father. And you are feeling loved because of one male, that is your husband. And you're raising one male, that's your son. So women, don't underestimate your value and the role you play in a man's life. These men are created by women, born through women, and raised by women, and loved by women. So we have to do our part to build Mr. Right. Till then, this Miss Right and your life coach wishing you all the best, and keep loving, keep living, have a nice day and rest of your life. Don't forget to subscribe.